Hey, Lyoko Warriors, this is Captain Yeet here for you from the CodeLyoko episode review. This is going to be CodeLyoko Season 2, Episode 17, titled Xana's Kiss. So, let's get into it. So, the beginning of this episode starts off with the theme song. After the theme song, we go over to Auric, Odd, and Jeremy walking in the hallway, specifically when they just wake up. They're going to the bathroom so they can freshen up for the school day. And Auric and Jeremy, they're going over every single girl that Odd has dated. Now, while they're going over every single girl that he dated and also counting it out, they realize, wait a second, I'd have dated just about every single girl in the eighth grade besides from Heidi. Now, Jeremy thinking you trying to get some sort of world record or something. He goes, no, I just haven't found true love yet. Which is like, okay, I don't really believe that for my boy Odd because last week, remember, he was dating two girls at the same time. Without trying, like, with the way Odd is saying it, it makes it sound like, he's dating just about every girl in the eighth grade. But for some reason, each time he does that, it just doesn't work out. But dating two girls at the same time, no, come on. You can't say the true love. Like, what are you doing? They one at a time. I mean, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But dating two at the same time, yeah, no. He thinks he's slick. Anyway, while they're walking and talking, they run into Sissy's little crew and Sissy herself. And when they do that, Sissy goes, "Hey, Oric, do you want to go see a movie with me?" He goes, "Well, that depends. What what movie is it?" And she specifically says, I think it was called Sunset in the Tropics. Now Oric says, "Ah, dang it. That's a bummer. I already seen that movie," and they keep it moving. Now, after he says that, the very next scene, okay, it's kind of sad and it's kind of funny. I mean, it's sad and funny. I'm not gonna lie. After they walk off, Herb he goes, "Hey, sissy, I'll see it with you." She goes, "See what? The movie. I'll go see the movie with you, sissy." "Oh, really?" And when she says that, he has the biggest smile on his face. I mean, that Joker looks happy. And then she says no and keeps it moving. Just as though it keeps it moving. I know he had to feel horrible. Then the very next scene after that, we go into the bathroom and you see all the boys, freshening up, brushing their teeth and everything. And Herb, he's in the bathroom too. Now, Odd actually, or he goes, "Hey, I didn't know you actually watched those kind of movies, Sunset in the Tropics. When you can see that?" He goes, "Oh, I never actually saw the movie. I just specifically said I did just so I won't have to go to the movies with Sissy." And that gets Herb riled up. He goes, "What? Man, where do you get off, man? I'll knock you off." "Okay, go ahead and do it." Like, Org doesn't even move. He just stands there the whole time. And Herb just to like kick in the air, punches like I don't know what that Joker was doing. He started to like throw a few punches in the air, do a few karate chops. He was just doing anything that came to mind that just looks like fighting. Anyway, eventually, while he's like doing this like non-fighting move, so while he's doing this stuff, we sorry, I got confused. While he's doing this stuff, he hits his hand on the sink and he hurts himself and he walks out. And Odd starts to crack a joke saying that jealousy makes you go bananas, and Org also says that love makes you go crazy. Now, after they say that, we do get like one really quick scene of Zan activating the tower. Now that he says that Jeremy, he says that he has to hurry up and go ahead and grab Alita so they can go get breakfast because she loves hot chocolate with croissants. So he loves to give her his own croissant. And he walks out. I go, uh-oh. I guess the whole love bug doesn't, I mean, affects just about everybody. It is no exceptions. I do want to show Jeremy's face because that Joker looks so excited and happy to go see Alita. Anyway, when they all walk out of the bathroom, we see like the Xana slugs monster thing. Every time he activates the tower, we see that pop up and specifically inside of the electrical outlet. It's yeah, here it is. Yeah, my boy Jeremy, he was excited. I gotta go see Alita. My Alita, yeah, my Alita. That boy is happy. Anyway, like I said, we see the Xana like slug smoke monster come out and it starts to just, cause havoc as it usually do. So we cut outside and we specifically go over to Oric and Odd walking. Now in the distance you can see Heidi. We pan over to Heidi and Heidi runs into Jeremy. And she goes, "Hey Jeremy, have you seen she's she goes, "Hey Jeremy, have you seen Odd?" And then Jeremy grabs her and kisses her right on the lips. Obviously Oric and Odd are dumbfounded, like what the heck? Well, like what is happening? Just kisses her and just walks off. Then we go over to William. He's walking around. He looks in the distance. He sees Yumi, and Yumi grabs this dude in their class and just kisses her. I mean, kisses him right on the lips. And he's dumbfounded, like, what in the what in the world? We go over to Jeremy walking with Aelita, and they run into Heidi. And Heidi goes, "Hey, Jeremy, why do you kiss me right in front of Odd? That wasn't cool." He goes, "What the heck are you talking about?" And then Aelita walks off. Aelita, she's talking crazy. I didn't do that. What's that? Miles for Miles. She's talking crazy. I didn't do that. And she just walks off, not giving Jimmy a chance to explain. So then we fast forward over to everybody in the cafeteria. Jimmy wants to sit down with the group. Nobody really wants him to sit down with the group. He sits down anyway. And I goes, "Hey, why don't you go over there and sit down with Heidi? She seems lonely." "Why would I sit down with Heidi?" And then Alita gets up, Odd gets up, and they don't want to talk to him. Now, part of me when I was a kid was thinking, Odd, you're dating like all of these girls at the same time. It doesn't seem like you love them. I mean, I guess it is still kind of wrong for Jeremy to still kiss Heidi because I just said he wants to get a date with Heidi, and then, and he even got a date with Heidi. But still, I was thinking about the whole on thing, not really trying to find love. But at the same time, it would be messed up for Jeremy to do that. Jeremy tries to explain he didn't actually kiss Heidi, but then I'm trying to hear that they walk off. Or it grabs his croissant, which is kind of jacked up because he specifically said he gives his croissant to Aelita, but since Aelita not talking to him, or it's like, well, I guess you don't need this then. What? So as soon as they all walk outside, they run into William, and William gives Ulrich like the up and up. It's kind of funny because they're both competing for the same girl, but that's actually kind of funny. They're both competing for the same girl, but when like a third dude comes in, whoa, whoa, what the heck are you doing? Hey, Ulrich, you seen this dude? Yeah. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. He is trying to go on our turf, like you mean their turf. Like, hey, I'll compete with you. Why not putting the third person in this like competitive ring? Okay, let's push. Like that's kind of funny. How he's giving his rivalry like on the up and up. He goes, "Hey, Ori, did you hear about Yumi dating or kissing another guy?" He's like, "What?" Yumi walks over, grabs the croissant out of Orig's hand, and they both confront Yumi on kissing the dude. Yumi tries to deny it, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "No, we saw you, Yumi. Well, William saw you." And they both walk off. Then eventually Alita and Odd they walk off too. And Jeremy walks outside and Yumi goes, "Hey, apparently I'm dating this dude in my class." He goes, "Really?" "Well, apparently I kissed Heidi." She goes, "What? You want a croissant?" "No, I'm a little hungry." That's the dude. Like obviously every friend group has a duo, a trio inside of it. Yumi and Jeremy, that's the duo right there. I love the little Jeremy and Yumi moments. For especially even like season one, like in Logbook when they were just chilling on his bed, just talking casually. Well, not casually. I was talking about the whole sissy blackmail or with the diary, but they just talking casually. Those two are always somewhat together, goofing around. Hey, oh, actually, I remember the last episode of CodeLyoko. Whenever everybody was like debating on shutting it down, and instead of going to like Alita or anyone else, it was specifically Yumi hashing out with Jeremy. Those two talking about why he didn't really want to shut it down. Like these two are the duo, man. These are really sweet duo. Anyway, after that happens, we go over to their classroom, or specifically Jeremy's grade classroom, because Yumi's in a higher grade than them. And Jeremy goes, "Hey, Alita, can I talk to you?" She goes, "We're in class," like getting all mad because, you kiss Heidi. There's no proof of it. And my thing was, wasn't Jeremy with you that whole time before y'all walked up and kissed? Oh, wait, I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I get way ahead of myself. We go over to Yumi inside of the bathroom, and we see Yumi morph into Oryx. So Xana has made a clone that can morph into anybody. I got way ahead of myself. I'm sorry. They specifically call this clone a polymorphic clone, and it turns into Oryx. Now that happens, we go over to Sissy chilling with her little posse, and Herb goes, "Hey, Oryx told me he would never date you. I mean, he told me straight to my face he'll never date you." And then Oryx walks over, grabs her, kisses her on the lips. She goes, "What were you saying?" She had a big old smile. Now, Jeremy and Yumi saw this in a distance as Sissy walks up to Yumi, kind of be all smug in her face, and keeps it moving. And then Herb goes, "What? What does he have that I don't?" Nicholas, just about everything. Besides from those weird dimples or zits on your face. He goes, "Oh yeah?" And he tries to fight him. We get that classic scene to where Nicholas just one shots him in the face. Like, it just knocks him out. So that's when we go into the classroom. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. That's when we go into the classroom, and that's when she was like, "Hey, we're in the classroom," like getting all mad. I'm like, "Yo, what?" this is ridiculous. So after that happens, Oric sits down with Jeremy and he goes, hey, that was kind of a low blow. That was kind of a weird move you did kissing Heidi, even though you knew he was getting a date with her. He goes, I didn't kiss her. I saw you. Oh, yeah? What about you kissing Sissy to get back at Yumi? That's kind of a low blow, too. What? And Kiss Sissy, we saw you. So they're going kind of back and forth on this, and then the class ends. Jeremy walks outside and he runs into Aelita kissing Nicholas. Like what? It's like Kiss Palooza out here, man. It's Kiss City. It is kissing city like crazy. So obviously Jeremy, he's dumbfounded seeing this. Now after he sees this, we cut over to Jim and he sees Oric in the distance. Now, when he sees Oric in the distance, he goes, hey, Oric, what do you think you're doing? And he runs after him. Now, when he runs after him, he cuts the corner and then he sees the the nurse. Now he calls the nurse Delilah. I could have sworn her name was Dorothy, unless they changed their name just randomly for no reason, like they did with the Roadsters. Because they called it Roadsters, then they just switched to Kalangarax. So unless they just switched the name for no reason, it's her. And obviously it's the polymorphic clone. So she walks up to Jim and kisses him on the cheek. And what's really funny about that is that Xana, for all of these teenagers, kiss on the lips. But for Jim, I'll kiss you on the cheek. Like this grown man. Like I'll just kiss you on the. Wait a second. Is that the? No, no, no. I was gonna say because it's a boy, but no, he just kissed Nicholas. But yeah, all these teenagers kiss on the lips. It was also really funny about that too is that I will have to study and know all of the relationships in the Lyoko Warriors like daily lives to know who to get mad and who not to get mad. Like, could you? I was thinking about this before I recorded. Could you imagine a scene of Xana on like a billboard or like a chalkboard or like a marker race board and he's talking to all of his like creations like the crabs, the blocks, the roadsters, the tarantulas, like okay, who should I kiss to get who mad? Ooh, kiss Sissy. Cause Yumi hates Sissy. They love. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. He just puts a line on Orc Sissy, and he writes down Yumi mad. Like, like he's just doing that. Like, okay, who should I do next? Who should I do next? Oh, Jeremy. You know she loves that. You know he likes it. Oh, sorry. I'm getting too excited. You know he loves Aelita. Okay, write this down. Like, actually, hold on. This is gonna be a good bit. This is gonna be a good bit. Okay, this is so dumb. Well, I thought this was so funny to me, boy. So okay, he writes down like, okay, this is gonna get Yumi mad, so make him kiss Sissy and make Alita kiss Nicholas to get Jeremy mad. Like, just write the lines. 'Cause that Joker had to study this. He had to study this. That's kind of funny to me. This is why this is like one of my favorite episodes as a kid. As a kid, and someone even now like jealousy stories and love stories, like top two type of stories. When I was watching episodes of movies, I just love those kind of things. It's just funny to me. I don't know why it was funny to me ever since I was a kid, even somewhat now. So anyway, after that happens, we go over to Aelita walking towards Jeremy's room because she wanted to talk to him. Or no, Jeremy wanted to talk to her. And she goes, yes, Jeremy, you want to talk to me? So they get into an argument because obviously Jeremy's like, hey, Aelita, why did you kiss Nicholas? I didn't kiss Nicholas. You really gonna lie to me right in my face? I can't believe you did that. They're going back and forth. I love when they go back and forth because we see like this cool shot of the reflection of Alita in his glasses. Now, what Alita says next, I love Alita so much, man, but I just can't condone this one part. She goes, Jeremy, I didn't kiss Nicholas. Don't you trust me? I'm like, oh, Alita. I can't back you up on this one because since the beginning of the episode, you have been giving Jeremy the cold shoulder, pushing him off, not trying to talk to him when he was trying to explain about the whole Heidi situation. You didn't trust him. Now when it comes on to you, you're not trying to like, you're trying to put it like, oh, don't you trust me? What? He tries to talk to you outside, you walk off. He tries to explain in the cafeteria, you walk off. Trying to explain in the classroom, you walk off. It's back on you. Don't you trust? Come on, dog. I can't give you this one. I can't give you this one. You wasn't even trying to hit Jeremy out. Like I said before, wasn't Jeremy with you that whole time before you walked up to Heidi? When did he have time to kiss her? Like, what you get what I'm saying? I mean, maybe there was like a minute or two that he could have done it before he met up with you. But still, like he did that in 2 minutes. I don't know. That was wonky. Anyway, it was really sad because after they're done arguing, Jeremy walks into his room. He says, "You really disappointed me. You really hurt me. You have no idea how much." Slams his door, starts to throw his pillow around. I know he feels sick to his stomach. But then a tower activates. So then he calls the Lyoko warriors up. And it's really funny because when we pan over to the rest of the three, like talking, we just hear Oric yelling, "I didn't kiss her!" I didn't kiss Sissy, getting really upset. And then he calls Alita, she doesn't answer. So then Jeremy runs up to the other three inside the forest, and Jeremy goes, "Hey, I understand what's going on now. Yeah, I understand what's going." Sorry, I'm laughing. He goes, "I understand what's going on. It's Xana." Now Anna goes, "What? It can't be Xana. He can't control us." He goes, "I know, but I know I didn't kiss Heidi, so that means there must be a Jeremy clone, and an Ulrich clone, and a Yumi clone. But there's not multiple clones running around. There's just one specific clone that can morph into multiple people, a polymorphic clone." I really, well, actually, I think I have heard of the word polymorphic clone. I don't know who I'm gonna put in the thumbnail to represent that, but yeah, he was like, a polymorphic clone. But then obviously that kind of confused, like, why the heck was Xana start kissing everybody? Because it's Xana. He sent lasers after us. He sent robots to kill us. He sent a suit of armor. The Black Knight goes. He sent he sent a nuclear train bomb thing in like episode 2, nuclear warfare. Kissing? What kind of attack is that? Obviously, Yumi's like, well, to divide and conquer, so he won't be like a mean green fighting machine all together. He wants to divide us up. That makes sense too. And he has to like study this. He like, boy, that boy was studying. So like, okay, well, where's our leader? Jimmy's like, well, we just got into a fight about the whole kissing thing. Good job, Einstein. Where could she be? Jeremy says he has an idea. And then we pan over to the Hermitage, and Alita's in the bedroom chilling. And we see Jeremy walk in. Jeremy walks into her room, explains about the polymorphic clone. She goes, "Really? So you didn't kiss Heidi?" "No, I would never do that." Helps her off the bed. We have to hurry up and get to Lyoko because, the whole Xana activated polymorphic clone thing. And so he kisses her as soon as he stands up. Then they run outside. When they run outside, they run into Jeremy. And then it's the classic, "I'm the real Jeremy." "No, no, 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 I'm the real Jeremy." They're going back and forth on it. And what's funny about this situation is how the heck did Jeremy get ahead of the other three? Because it's clearly established multiple times that Jeremy's not really athletic. He always skips gym. He's not that athletic at all. How did he get in front of Oric, Odd, and Ayumi? Because this whole situation wouldn't happen if he was behind them. Because then he would have ran up after them. So how? I mean, his girl is in trouble. That boy was booking it. Oh, like he must have been booking it, boy, since his girl's in trouble. I mean, okay. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense, I guess. Anyway, the Jeremy on the Alita side says, "Alita, I'm the real Jeremy. You know this. I kissed you." She goes, "You're right. You did kiss me. The real Jeremy would have not kissed me like that." Xana gets upset and grabs Alita. Everybody jumps on top of him and slams him to the ground. What's funny about that scene is Odd. He jumps up and drop kicks him in the chest with both his feet. That Joker was not playing. He drop kicks him with both his feet. He goes, "Hey, get off her!" Like they all jump and slam him to the ground. So everybody runs over to the factory, besides from Odd. He's going to stay behind and fight the polymorphic clone. So as soon as they all run away to go to the factory, the polymorphic clone turns into Jim and starts to fight Odd. We see the little montage of them, running over to the factory, getting their scooters, running on the bricks, the whole shebang. Before they go down to the scanner room, we do get this funny, well, not funny, sorry, this cool scene where they're all standing in the elevator, and Jeremy goes, "Hey, go down to the scanners," and they all nod their head like, "Mm-hmm," like we know the routine. They already know the routine. That's all hunky dory. So they go down to the scanner. When we go back over to Odd, this junk is so funny. So when we go back over to Odd, the fight has moved inside, and oh wait, I get ahead of myself. Oh no, I hate when I do that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, 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 I didn't. Okay, I mean, I forgot to mention that, after the scene I just showed, they get to Lyoko. They're specifically in the desert sector. They can see the tower in the distance, and so now they're running towards the tower. That's about it. So we go over to On, right? Odd is inside the house. The fight has moved inside. Xana has kicked Odd so hard he goes sliding against the floor and hits a couch. He goes, Xana, if you're gonna keep changing forms like that, why don't you turn into a wimp next time? And so Xana's in Auric form right now. He shapeshifts and specifically goes into into Odd. He goes, oh no no no, not him. He's a hunk. He's not a wimp at all. He jumps up and drops kicks Odd right in the face. I know that had to hurt. Then we go back over to Lyoko, and we kind of like intersplice Lyoko and Odd fighting. Like we see them fighting, and we go back over to Odd, and we see them fighting, go back over to Odd. Odd doesn't really last too much longer. He gets knocked out pretty quickly, and on Lyoko, they're running towards the tower. And while they're running towards the tower, Santa summons a bunch of Hornets. When he does that, one Hornet shoots Yumi. She's able to do a backflip and land back on her feet. While they're running towards the tower, the Hornets are still raining down fire on them, but then Xana also activates, but he also summons in a tarantula. So then Oric, I don't know why Yumi did this, but Oric said, hey, Alita, you go on ahead. I'll handle this. And then Yumi stays behind too. Now, part of me was like, Yumi, why are you also running? I mean, why are you also fighting with Oric? Now, yes, at first it was just the Hornets and then he made the tarantula, but maybe you should send one person with Alita just in case he summons even more monsters, and then have one person staying here just in case those monsters run up on you. While you get what I'm saying, right? Like at least have one person with her, but I guess it's whatever. So you got Jerk. I mean, now you got Oric and Yumi fighting off against the Hornets and the Tarantula. Specifically, Yumi's fighting the Tarantula, and Oric's fighting all the Hornets. He's deflecting the blast. Yumi's doing her backflips, throwing her fan around around. Sorry about that. I slur my words. And while this is happening, we intersplice the fighting with Xana, Odd running and getting closer and closer to the factory because Odd he passed out, so now he doesn't have to fight Odd anymore. So we cut over to them fighting. We go back over to Xana Odd running on the bricks. We cut over to fighting. He's like clicking the elevator button, like he's getting closer and closer to the computer room. It's getting kind of intense. Like this is this is pretty bad. Eventually it gets to the point to where Oric goes, hey, why don't we switch partners? So then we cut over to Oric fighting the tarantula, and now Yumi's fighting off against the Hornets. We do get this one really cool scene before they switch monsters where we see a first person view. We've seen this plenty of times before, like in season one, but we get this first person view of Oric like blocking the laser attacks from the enemy. That's pretty cool, like a circle. Also, while this is happening, Alita's getting closer to the tower and she runs over a bridge. Now, after she runs across the bridge, Xana devirtualizes the bridge, so now there's like a huge gap with the digital C. So you're not gonna be able to get over to her so easily. That kind of sucks. Xana's already inside of the elevator. He's getting closer and closer to the computer room. And then when they switch monsters, that's when Jeremy not activates. I was gonna say the word activates. He virtualizes, that's the word. He virtualizes the overwing for Yumi and she's flying around with it. Now I don't know how, but Yumi she gets shot, right? And then she flies off the overwing. When she flies off the overwing starts to spin around like crazy, and then she's able to land back on it. But when she fell off, she kind of fell and went like to the side. So I don't know, like, and the overwing doesn't like curve. So I don't know. I don't know how Yumi was able to get back on the overwing, but she was able to get back up there. I don't know how, but she was able to get back up there. Then also while they're fighting, you do get this one really cool scene to where Oric he's like deflecting the laser blast. I mean, we've seen this plenty of times too, but it's just kind of cool to just see it. He's like deflecting the laser blast from the tarantula. Like it's kind of a cool scene. So Yumi, she becomes MVP a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. When Org runs behind the tarantula and he tries to like get it, like like try to distract it from behind, Xana materializes two more hornets that kind of throw Orc off. Then we go over to Yumi. She leans on her overwing, pulls out her fan, and throws her fan. And it is a whole 360 and takes out like 4 to 5 hornets, I think it is. So yeah, 4 to 5 hornets. Like, yo, that was nasty. That's what I'm talking. My girl Yumi like takes out like 4 or 5 hornets at a time. Boom, 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 boom. Like, come on, man, that was good. Then as he sees what Org has to handle, she flies back down, throws 2 fans. She hits one hornet, hits the tarantula in the head. But then she gets shot off her overwing, so that kind of sucks. that kind of sucks. And then she gets devirtualized, and now she has to go back up to the computer room. Now, while this is happening, the Skipazoa it pops up and is about to attack Alita. So now Orc has to run away from the enemies he's fighting and go over to help Alita. Then we see Xana turn into Yumi in the elevator. I guess he kind of got notified of what's happening on Lyoko because Yumi got devirtualized. So, okay, the best way to trick Jeremy is to be Yumi. So he turns into Yumi. He goes to the elevator. He goes into the computer room. And when he gets behind Jeremy, he puts his hand on Jeremy's back. And Jeremy's thinking this is the real Yumi. He's just being really concerned and nervous, putting his hand on his back. So he goes, "Hey, Yumi, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this." Electrify, pick him up and throw him. Like wasted no time. So that's pretty bad because since the Superzoa had Alita, Jeremy was also virtualizing the over bike for Oryx so he can fly over that gigantic gap. Like I said, remember she ran over the bridge, but he devirtualized it, so now he has to get over the gap. So he was bringing in the over bike, but as soon as Xana Yumi gets under control, she takes away the over bike. So that's why not Jeremy, sorry, or he activates super sprint and he's running and running and running and running as fast as he can. And he cracks the ground. I mean, he stomps on the ground so hard. He makes a crater, which is really cool. And then he jumps and he actually makes it. Now, he makes it just barely. Just barely. He's able to make it to the other side. He like grabs onto the eggs. So he has to like really climb himself up. And he's able to throw his. Ow. Jeez. I'm sorry. There's some little thing in my eye. My goodness gracious. Look at that. He like cracks the ground. Jeez. My goodness, he just barely gets on the. Hold on, I need to pause the video. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So after that happens, that's when Odd is able to make his way all the way to the factory. But when he gets inside the computer room, there's two Yumis. Obviously, our Yumi that finally was able to get into the computer room, and Xana Yumi. Now Odd goes over to regular Yumi and starts to punk her. Well, not punk her, but he goes, "Hey Xana, you think I'm stupid enough to fall for this trick?" She goes, "Odd, what do you think you're doing, you pea brain? I'm not stupid to fall for this. On three, we pulverize you. One, two." Then they both turn around and hit the actual Xana. You mean that was so cool? I love this moment so much. Three, oh, he just jump onto him. They're able to wake up Jeremy. He wakes up, and then Oric he's able to throw his sword. It cuts the tentacles on the Skipperzoa. Yumi, I mean not Yumi. Alita runs at the tower. There's CodeLyoko. Everything's all honky dory. Now that this happens, I am so surprised they don't do Return to the Past because Xana was kissing everybody. That way a bunch of these different relationships and people are gonna be really confused, look at each other differently. Why did they not do Return to the Past? I know Return to the Past makes Xana stronger, but they should have done it this time. Because we go over to Jim and he's giving a flower over to Delilah, and she goes, "Jim, is this for me?" Mm-hmm. "Jim, you know I'm engaged to get married. Then why did you kiss me?" "Kiss you?" "Jim, you need to take some medicine." She thinks Jim is going crazy. They definitely should have returned the past so this kind of stuff doesn't like just linger in everybody's minds. Anyway, after that happens, we go over to all the Lyoko warriors chilling and talking, and Yumi goes, "Hey, Odd, how did you know that I was the real Yumi?" He goes, "Oh, that's simple. You called me Pea Brain. Xander wouldn't call me Pea Brain because he respects me too much." Jeremy goes, "Oh no, he doesn't respect you. He just doesn't know you as well as we do." And he starts to laugh. Then Alita says, "Hey, Jeremy, can you come over here for a second?" I love this moment so much when I was a kid. I was kind of confused too. I'm assuming it goes okay. So he asks Jeremy to come over here for a second. Jeremy walks over. He goes, "What's up?" She goes, "I just wanted to check something." He reaches out both his hands. He goes, "Check what?" She grabs him and kisses him, and he gets frozen. Like he doesn't move. He's stuck in that position for the last like few seconds before the credits pop up. I cracks a joke saying that I hope Xana doesn't attack us because we're not gonna have Einstein for a while. After she kisses Jeremy, she goes, "I just wanted to make sure," and walks off. Now, I wasn't really sure as a kid what this meant. Now that I'm older, I'm assuming just to see like if he's a good kisser or not. Because she kissed the fake Jeremy earlier in the episode. Now she's kissing the real Jeremy for real this time. So I guess let's see how good of a kiss he was. But obviously, we don't know if it's a good kiss, bad kiss. I don't know. But Jeremy, my boy, he couldn't move. My boy, Jeremy, he could not move. That boy was dumbfounded. A little bit of a channel update. I'm recording this on Tuesday, but I'm gonna upload this on Wednesday, and I'm leaving on Thursday to go to Boston. My cousin's getting married, specifically the cousin that I stayed with back in 2022 over the summer. That's why in 2022 during the summertime, a bunch of my videos are just me either in a basement a garage in the living room. And when I'm in the living room, there's a bunch of family pictures around me, but I'm in none of them because that's not my main family. There's a bunch of family pictures around me, but I'm not in them because that's not my family. I mean, that's my family, but that's not my main. That's not my house. So a little bit of a channel update because of that. Since I'm going out of town for a few days to go to the wedding, and he wants me in the wedding, I'm gonna be a groomsman. I was gonna go to the wedding regardless because that's my cousin. But I'm a groomsman, so I'm gonna go ahead and pre-record all grown up. I should be back by Monday, but it's just so I have to do it while I'm there. I'm gonna pre-record Young Justice, all grown up, Avatar. But for my gaming side of my channel, this Evo is supposed to be the 26th. The wedding's the 27th. So I'm hearing that the last team from over Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls will be revealed on the 26th. I'm not gonna be home. I'm gonna have my own space. So I'll try to record as best as I can if I can find out my own space while I'm there. But it's not guaranteed because the wedding's gonna be going on really soon. So it might be a lot of people in the house. So if I'm late on that news, that's specifically why. Also the One Piece chapter, for my One Piece side of this channel, I might be late on that because the chapter should be coming out I think Thursday or Friday, which kind of sucks because we had a break last week. Like, if only the break was this week, it'd be a lot easier. But yeah, I might be a little late on that. So just in case, you guys are wondering, hey, where's the heck the all grown up video is, or where the heck is whatever else, that's the reason why it might be a little late because I'm gonna be out of town. But I'll still be able to pre-record. Well, when I upload this is Wednesday. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm just gonna be pre-recording all day, so I can just upload it while I'm there. All grown up. Young Justice, Avatar. I'm gonna go ahead and try to go ahead and get all that stuff done, so I don't have to do it while I'm there. Here's a little bit of a channel update. I was thinking about. I know I'm gonna redo my episode reviews for Glitch Text because a lot of those episode reviews, my camera would cut out, so I wasn't able to complete most of those episodes. I do want to redo those episode reviews. I don't know when I'm gonna start doing them, but I know I want to do those. I was thinking about redoing my Sierra reviews because season one, I was a little wonky in season one. I'm not gonna lie. Season two, I was decent. The rest of the seasons, I did a lot better. But since I'm not showing myself, I'm thinking about just redoing them in this style. But Netflix took Sierra off of Netflix. Did y'all know that? It's a Netflix original. I don't know why they did that. That's kind of wild. So there's no way for me to watch Sierra besides from I guess a website or something. But yeah, they took Sierra off of Netflix. That's so wild because that's a Netflix original. I mean, I know Disney. I mean, not Disney. DreamWorks helped make it, but isn't that kind of wild? That Netflix took a Netflix thing off. I hear they've been doing it a lot lately. But I guess Sierra's is gonna be up there for. I guess I can't redo it for the time being. But okay, like, share, and subscribe. I see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I think I'll let him be one human beings, and I see you guys next time. All right, bye bye. Let me make sure I don't look off the video just yet. Just gonna show Jeremy in the video. Oh, this had me cracking up when I was a kid. I'm like, uh oh, all my favorite episodes of CodeLyoko. Bye.